Good morning and welcome to your daily morning horoscope for Monday, 13th October 2025, Aries. You have been waiting to execute some paperwork regarding money. If you might have finally be able to do so today, your signature on these documents may represent the first step in increased income, as well as a whole new life. Perhaps even something as subtle as transformed state of mind, the change should come monumental as a move to distinct place, so please make the most of it. Taurus, transformation of your life, even your very being may have been in the works for some time. Today you could finally see it manifest, dreams come true perhaps in unconventional and unexpected manners. Don't move too quickly or eagerly, think carefully before committing to any plans. Don't be afraid to consult others, move cautiously and good fortune will follow. Gemini, have you been concentrating strongly on spiritual studies for a while? Do you meditate regularly? If so, don't be surprised if insights and revelations come to your mind today. Write them down. There will be too many to remember, and if you're inclined toward writing, you could set your ideas down in a book, perhaps with publishing in mind. Doors will open wide for you, so please take the opportunity. Cancer, today you'll meet a very compatible and exciting circle of new friends, and these people may be from foreign countries or they might be involved in professions of religion, law or education. They'll feel like kindred spirits. You'll be able to talk with them for hours. Whatever their circumstances, these people could be your friends for life. Leo, today an opportunity may come to you that may cause you to consider changing your career. No matter what you've been involved with up to now, education could attract you, perhaps involving metaphysical or psychological subjects. It's transforming your working life right now and it's up to you. Only you know. Bear in mind that this opportunity may be a gift from the universe, so please follow your heart. Virgo, new beginnings are heralded today, particularly where travel, education and legal matters are concerned. Difficult decisions may need to be made and don't agonize over them. Whatever you decide should work out beautifully. Think carefully about your plans. Take care of any paperwork that you have put off before moving on to more interesting matters. Libra, your dreams may hold the key to your future financial success. Though the symbols that your unconscious sense could be obscure, it may pay you to try to make sense of them. You may have had experiences in the past that enable you to make practical decisions. Now, especially concerning money, make a list of your insights and check them out. You will find out something useful. Scorpio, the primary focus today should be on romance and commitment. Have you been thinking about getting married? If so, you could be surprised to learn that your significant other has been thinking about the same thing. This could be the end of a long term of uncertainty. It's apt to prove a very healing experience. Don't be surprised if people tell you how attractive that you look. Sagittarius, a new addition to your routine may be in the works. Whether this involves work that provides additional income or is of a voluntary nature, you can expect your task to change in some way, probably for the better. You could also be thrown in with people you find more compatible, so please take the chance. Capricorn, a new romance is definitely in the air. This could be a renewal of the romance within a current relationship, or if you're single, someone new or exciting could cross your path. This person could be from a distant place or a profession that you never saw, such as law or education. Whatever your situation, the feeling is going to persist at least through the next month. Aquarius, have you been thinking about moving? Perhaps you've even thought about buying a new home. Whatever your situation, you may execute some paperwork today, perhaps with a realtor or contractor, or perhaps an escrow account. This could be frustrating as the wording of the document might seem obscure. Get it out of the way and you won't regret it. Pisces, a new exciting neighbor could move in near you, or if you're single, this person might be a potential romantic partner. If you aren't, you could make a new friend. When you meet, things could hit off, and immediately you talk for hours, but don't compromise the person's time. You won't want to disrupt the moving process. Don't be shy about seeking this person out later. You might find that this person is the one for you. This has been your daily morning horoscope for Monday, 13th October 2025. Do have yourself a great and wonderful day.
Good morning, it's Monday. How are you doing? How was your weekend? Are you safe? Well, absolutely. I'm happy that you got to the weekend safely, and we are here with each other's company to start off another brand new and amazing and productive week. That is the aim. Let's go to our news department. Let's see what we're working with there.
Good morning, it's Monday. Time now for the news with me, Timothy Polio. It's the twist many have been waiting for in the Caribbean's COVID-19 vaccine scandal. The woman accused of defrauding Barbadian businessman Mark Maloney in a multi-million-dollar vaccine deal has finally been tracked down. After years of evading legal service, Monalede D. Coley has now been served and faces a U.S. $2 million default judgment in a case that stretches from Barbados to St. Lucia and the Bahamas. Leader of the opposition, Alain Chaste, who was Prime Minister at the time when the deal was made, says this latest development disproves the rhetoric of the current government regarding the vaccines.
I think that this case so far redeems him because he said he was swindled. I'm glad to see that the court has agreed with him that that's happened. He had indicated that he had recovered some of the money. And once he had recovered the money, whatever portion was due to St. Lucia, he would pay. So I'm not here to say to you that we're going to recover the entire $7 million. I don't know. I don't know to what extent how much is this going to go to St. Lucia. I don't know how much Barbados put in. I don't know how much the Bahamas put in, right, in this situation. So I can only speak for St. Lucia. I'm hoping that he's going to recover enough that St. Lucia can get back its $7 million.
Chasten says that when Maloney approached him, the government ensured that he was vetted before proceeding with the deal. Should anything have gone wrong, Chasten says that the government saw it had easy ways to recover the money since Maloney had investments, assets, and other business interests in St. Lucia. Leaders from across the Commonwealth gathered in Barbados for the 68th Commonwealth Parliamentary Conference, one of the largest assemblies of parliamentarians in the world. Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley welcomed attendees from across one-third of the world's population, highlighting the island's pride in hosting the event. She emphasizes the importance of trust between citizens and their leaders and called for united action on peace, democracy, and the climate crisis, issues that are particularly urgent for small island nations.
We can prove that collective action is not utopia. It is good government done together. My friends, as we do this work, as we make global partnership a living promise, remember where I began. For the word is love, and it is love that will give us the energy and passion to recommit, to make it all work.
The event brought together more than 500 delegates from nearly 180 parliaments and legislatures to strengthen democratic institutions and cooperation across the Commonwealth. Last week, St. Lucia took a hard look at what drives progress as the National Competitiveness and Productivity Council hosted Productivity Awareness Week 2025. From debates on the nation's global partnerships to panels on infrastructure, finance, and public service, the week highlighted how resilience can fuel productivity in times of disruption.
Have made significant strides, amongst them conducting St. Lucia's first national productivity assessment, giving us vital data to guide all our decisions, supporting the launch of the commercial court, making it easier to do business and improve investor confidence, introducing Productivity Week itself, now a cornerstone in building a culture of productivity, and of course playing a role in critical legislative reform. A lot of hard work.
Productivity Awareness Week 2025 wrapped up with two significant events: a research symposium, Foundations of Growth, exploring the roles of finance, infrastructure, and trade, held by the Research and Policy Unit and the NCPC on Thursday. This was followed by a final panel discussion on customer service held on Friday, which included public servants, human resource experts and managers, and also consultants. The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank has launched Financial Information Month 2025, announcing exciting new investment opportunities for residents across the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union.
Education is vital, and once you have education, you can make the right financial decisions.
The ECCB is hoping the initiatives and educational activities throughout Financial Information Month will inspire citizens to take greater advantage of the money savings and investment options available to the region. As a broadcast, thank you so much for watching. Here's to a safe and enjoyable Monday. Join us at noon for our next news major, the Lunchtime Report. I'm Timothy Polion. Good morning.
Thank you, guys. We need to take a short break. We will be back, though. Monday was the recognition day for the global recognition day for cerebral palsy. And you know what? We have committed ourselves on the morning show and also on DBS, to shed light on that as well, because everybody is education, is awareness, and we are playing our part. And specifically so, because, it is actually hitting home for us as well, because one of our very own, the original host of this morning show, Chela, is a parent of a child that is affected by cerebral palsy. So we had a first hand sit down and, a breakdown of it all with Sheila. So here's Chela. Oh, what do you know? Oh my God! Listen, Cheche is there. Listen, you're missed. You need to hurry up and come back. You understand? You need to hurry up and come back. But I see you repping.
Our crazy team. I miss our viewers.
Right. But I see you repping for the Junior Quill, so you're
That's right.
certainly.
Big up Francisco one time.
Same time.
That's our Creole queen.
Chela, we've got so much catching up to do, and we can't wait for when you join us back again. In the meantime, you already know the love certainly is there. But you know what? We wanted to connect with you, of course, and give an opportunity for your viewers to connect with you as well. In that capacity this time, we just wrapped up, I think the 6th of October was World Cerebral Palsy Awareness Day. And you are actually a parent to a child diagnosed with the condition, and all in an effort to raise awareness and to educate, because it's not something that is readily available. The information is readily available. It's not something that is like like the cancers and everything else that's been there, but it certainly is something that we've been dealing with and we've been seeing a lot more of in the society. So we need to get a little handle, but we really want to get an idea. We normally go to Daria, and she flourishes us with information on that around. But now to get a deeper understanding from a parental standpoint, what is it like being a parent to a child affected by cerebral palsy?
What I can say is it is a full-time job, of which, since I left our beautiful island and I'm over here in England, I have committed to full-time being a stay-at-home mom in order to support my daughter. My pregnancy was normal and everything, so this was never something that we planned for, but life gives you things, throw little curveballs your way, and you keep going. And I'm so grateful for my daughter. Initially it was a bit of a shock, but now that we're in the motion of things, it is full-time care. As the viewers may be aware of, simply put, cerebral palsy is a condition. The cerebral part of it means it affects the brain, and palsy means that it affects balance and muscle weakness. So we know about that. So when you combine that, she had brain damage. She was born up breathing, so the lack of oxygen caused the damage, and it really is teaching her everything from scratch. It's like I took everything for granted with my first Jamari, which all the viewers know. One day he walked, one day he crawled, one day he was eating on his own, feeding himself, standing, etc. These things just happen. I am actually learning to be very intentional, because Jade is 3 years old now, and though she's still not walking or crawling, she's also nonverbal at the moment. So it's been a journey of teaching everything that a baby would naturally gravitate into and progress, your milestones. We have to help her along the way with that. Before, she had pointy toes, like she looked like a ballerina on point toe, and that was her muscle stiffness. She has a very high muscle tone, so it's been a lot of physiotherapy. We have occupational therapy, which is sort of a branch of physio as well, but focuses more on helping you to use and function on different body parts as well. So it is a long journey. Obviously, it was not one that we planned for, so I am taking it in stride, but it really has its moments, the triumphs. You learn to celebrate and look for and appreciate every little thing. It's also teaching me patience.
Patience, I was about to ask you that. Patience is definitely a big thing.
Listen, it is, I feel like when my son came along, that taught me a lot. It shaped me into who I am now. And Jade is here. And when I thought, okay, I'm solid as a mom, I'm realizing, okay, there's still so much for me to learn. And when I thought I had patience of the gods, I realized God is probably trying to help me level up to, God-like patience, because you really have to. It's an unknown journey. A lot of the times you're never sure what's going on, and doctors and specialists as well will tell you it's unknown, and we're taking it one step at a time. So there's no guarantee to say, oh, this will be your outcome, or we're certain this is what's going to be an outcome. You just have to take it one day at a time. So I feel like literally too spiritually, it's changing me, because it's literally walking with faith. You cannot see in front of you, but you only see every time you take a step forward. And this is how the journey is. And it's a lot of love. It's a lot of support. It's a lot of effort. It's a full-time job.
This is not the end of it. We can't fit just that in just 5 minutes. This is a vital conversation. And you know what? We'll be back with Chela with some more, because, if you're a parent or you're somebody who's got reason to interact with a child who is affected, it's very important for you to know what to look for and, what sort of approach to take. So we're coming back again with Chela shortly. What is also interesting, is the fact that, Chela is found community as well, because there are other persons that she is now able to connect with, quite by accident in the first instance, but now they're able to connect on a more family type basis, because they share a common issue amongst themselves. And you know what, I think, I hope this is going to be opening up the scope for more families, more persons within the realm, which under the spectrum, to be able to connect as well. So Chela expanded a little bit more, and we had to go there with her as well. What would you throw out to persons who don't really understand what it is? What is one line that you would put out there if you were to get persons to understand or to be sympathetic in dealing with kids of that sort?
I think the biggest thing I would say is just having some kindness, and maybe thinking twice before you make judgment, because being in this world of a special needs baby has further opened my eyes. Even certain things maybe I would have done. I look at it differently. Like, I know I've been guilty of maybe once in a while, if there's no parking at the supermarket when I was back home, maybe I'd, quickly run into a handicap. I have so much respect now for persons with disabilities, and it's just opened my eyes. So I think people need to be open-minded, and above all, just be kind and show love. Because you may see a child who's flipping out, and, especially in our Caribbean culture, because we are strict and we raise with values, we're going to think, oh, this child is not. But there's so many things on the spectrum. And cerebral palsy, funny enough, can also cross with autism. So things can overlap and mix and match. So sometimes you're not just only dealing with cerebral palsy. You never know what can evolve. Currently, she's diagnosed as epileptic because she gets seizures. So there's so many things in the journey. We had to help her with her feet. So she's had Botox injections to relax the muscles in her calves so that she'll not be pointy to a ballerina. And right now she's practically flat-footed. So now we can move on to the next phase. If her feet are going into flat position, now we can start helping to train her. So we have a standing frame that I have to use an hour twice a day for her. And that's like heavy duty industrial. Actually, in August, believe it or not, I broke my ankle whilst dancing to Chronics, watching a regular concert overhead, de-stressing, hit my foot on the specialized equipment, because that's our life. We have a lot of bulky equipment, home, a special high chair, because, again, the balance, the support. So she needs to be harnessed in. If we're using the standing frame, it is to, strap her in, support her, and help her to be able to strengthen and hopefully one day walk. So, though she's 3, her milestones for that age is not matching to 3. And I'm okay with it, because I understand where we're at. And sometimes you may get down because you get around people and you see kids, and then you remember your baby, and then maybe it might bring you down. And now I'm at a point where when I do see it, I just feel like, oh my gosh. And I say a little prayer for the little ones. Thank God they're functioning. Thank God they're healthy. They're doing this. So I think it's bringing me into a world of compassion beyond my knowledge, kindness, patience. And it is just to show a little love because it's a lot for parents. And if you don't have a support like being over here, you know, we're so far from family. We're so far from our Lucian home and everybody we know and love. So we're far away from everyone. And I think it's also teaching me community is important right now.
Right.
For
oh
sure.
My. Well, we're happy that you could have shared with us, especially in this time where the awareness is on. But certainly, you know, we admire your strength, man. And
yeah.
like
Listen, I feel like I wanted to just come in and say hi because it's been so long and I think people don't know. And this year, to be honest, was the first year. Last year I posted for cerebral palsy, but it was the first year I added pictures of my daughter to my social media story. So people were shocked. For the last 3 years, they had no clue. And so I've just been dealing with that with my family. And we've been tunnel vision, and that's what it is. You block out everything else. You have to be hyper focused. And to be honest, that's where I'm at. I'm just doing everything I can, which is why I'm staying home. And I just want to say a special hello and good morning if there's a family watching, because I got to know about cerebral palsy years ago only because I started doing this morning show. And it was my cousin brought me to the Marisol Beach. We met a lovely family there. It was also with my cousin who just passed last month, Nikki. She was also Team DBS. So rest in peace. We met a beautiful family who had a daughter with cerebral palsy. They first told me about it. They would tell me how much they loved the show. She loved it. I held her. This was my first encounter with a little one with cerebral palsy. She may have been about 7 or whatnot, but still being held like a baby. I didn't understand it, but I felt it. I cried. I held her. We stayed chatting. And from there, I started looking into cerebral palsy more, and that's how we hooked up with Dario. So my CP story started here on the morning show. So blessed good morning. I hope that little one is doing good, still alive and thriving right now. Thank you for introducing me to that world. Never did I know many years later I would be a mom, and it just made me remember that family and that special viewer. So I hope she's doing good. I'm sending love, and now I'm officially in the club. I'm happy to do so.
Oh, all right. Thank you so much, Jay, and see you soon, hopefully.
Yeah, I miss you guys. Love you all. Stay blessed.
Stay blessed. Really do hope that this morning's show would have caused you to think, to ponder, educate you a little bit more about the condition, and maybe moving forward, a change approach in how it is that you approach persons who may be on the spectrum as well. So I really do hope that this would have impacted in some positive way this morning. Up next, though, is SocaCize.
Rise and shine with SocaCize. Leading the wine this morning, we have Laurie, Vernell, Owen, Suzanne, and Shani. Let's begin. For this morning session, we will be doing a cool down routine to bury the light. I hope you are feeling sexy, sultry, and strong. Thank you for choosing to flaunt with SocaCize.
And there you go, guys. That is our Monday show. All right. It's a start to a brand new week, and we're excited. We are grateful. Gratitude is a big thing around here. We are grateful that we're able to kick off another brand new week with you in our company. And you know what? We're going to keep that ball on. Tomorrow, we'll be back again with another amazing morning show for the DBS this morning.